Previously on Survivor.
And I have to mute it at all. Not planning on telling Audrey yet.
I've not been putting my all, and you know, I'm afraid that it's gonna start coming back to bite me. I'm a little nervous that they're gonna come for me this time.
I was upset that Margaret got voted out at our last tribal. Jay, I'll put you on the spot for a second. When you work with people, lying to them right off the bat isn't like a super strong way to start an alliance.
What if we do like a last second audible Taryn to Josh right before we vote? So she's in on the vote, but she doesn't have time to talk to him about it.
Third person voted out of Survivor Zoom Island, Josh. Josh, the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go.
This is like gonna be so awkward.
I read that.
I need one kind of lettuce.
I actually feel like who thought it was gonna be me.
I mean, not glad to see Josh go, but, you know, better him than me or Taryn.
Hi, my name is Jay Dillon. I'm a 25-year-old law student. I might have screwed up a little bit last week. I don't know. I don't think that Josh had the idol. I'm now realizing that Josh probably didn't have the idol. So, sorry. I'm sorry, Josh. I kind of sent a bit of a witch hunt after you, and I was wrong. So sorry about that.
What a crazy tribal council. During tribal was texting people still trying to get a heads up as people were starting to go vote, was still texting Becca being like, what do you guys think you're gonna do?
The thing that I was most scared about was alienating Taryn and Zach too much. We ended up telling them at the very, very, very last second. Becca and I both texted Taryn and we said, we're voting out Josh.
Literally as people are going in to vote, Becca informs me that they're all voting Josh. I'm like, Josh? Where did that, like, I truly don't know where it came from. He had been playing such a, like, good game for the team. Like, he's so involved and, like, he puts in a lot of effort, so I felt bad about it. I know that's not, like, how you play Survivor, but I felt bad, okay?
Hopefully I can get Taryn on my side a little more. I think I've done a good job so far. I think I've kind of played the good guy. Even though I burnt her really bad, I think that I will get some credit for helping to save her this week and for helping her keep Zach.
I don't like being sly, I don't like being underhanded, but in a game like this, you gotta do what it do. Obviously, we're playing this on Zoom, but if we were on the actual like TV show like stuff too, like this is what you gotta do to win. This is probably the only chance we were ever gonna have to take out Josh anyways. He was a bit of a swing voter. We never really knew where he was gonna go each week. And then that would have also caused problems going into the merge too, because we weren't sure where his allegiances lie. Like right now, he has to be loyal to Team Mahogany, but once we merged, like who knew what he was gonna do? So it was the right move strategically. I do feel a little bad because I did think he was a good guy, but you know what they say about nice guys, they're finishing last. You know what I'm talking about?
If I learned anything from that last vote, is that I don't know jack of what's going on in this game. Thinking I was gonna get voted out and then just like it's totally somebody else, like that proves that I do not understand the game and the people that are in this as much as I thought I did. I gotta dig a little more, I think, if I really want to build a connection and really figure out what's going on under the hood of all this. It's like if I can't even trust my own alliances, then that doesn't put me in a good spot to be able to move forward confidently.
I feel good about where me, Jay, Becca kind of are headed. We have a pretty good stronghold of the team now. Our 3 votes plus Lewis. That means we could pretty much sway each week. We could sway each week until the merge. We have control of the house. We have control of the house in the Mahogany tribe. So not only did we take out a threat early, but we're pretty much safe until the merge comes, because as long as we, as a 4 unit, the 4 being me, Jay, Becca, Lewis, as long as we as a 4 are pretty much always voting the same way, we're pretty safe.
For today's challenge, we are going to be doing rapid fire chess. So the teams are going to be going against each other in a game of chess. You will each be put into a randomized order where you will alternate taking turns making moves in chess. Each person will make 1 move, then we'll go to the next person from the other team, and so on and so forth. The twist is you have 10 seconds to make a move, so it's got to be quick, off the dome. And I put all your guys' names into list randomizer. So Mahogany Tribe, this is the order that you're going in: Taryn, Jay, Becca, Lewis, Zach, Kelechi. And then for Killer's Tribe, Maddie, Isabella, Audrey, Giana, Jack, Julia. And then I'll also make it random, like which tribe goes first. Maddie, take it away for us.
Pawn to e4.
The pawn that's in e7 to e5.
I'll just take the pawn at b2 and move it to b4.
Knight to f6.
Do the same thing with my guy.
Knight to c6.
Pawn to d3.
Bishop on the right side, d6.
Let's do pawn to b5.
Would you be so kind as to move the pawn in g7 to g6?
a3. d5.
g5.
5.
e5.
e6.
I don't know. Yeah, move him up.
d6.
c3.
d6 down 1.
I'm gonna have my knight take that pawn that he just moved.
h6.
f6.
I'm gonna take my queen and capture that.
Take the queen, please.
That's also a check right now.
f8.
c3.
a6.
My rook, can I move him up 1?
f6.
e2.
f3, and that'll be check.
Well, let's move that king up a spot.
Knight back to where it was originally.
f3.
d6.
Pawn up 1.
f6.
a4.
e6.
God damn it.
Giana. I just want to say, Giana, you are unmuted, so that was hilarious.
Oh my god.
Rook, maybe? Let's move him over in front of the guy with the crown, I guess.
c4.
h4.
Pawn in h, down 1.
c2.
b6.
g4.
Let me just move the king over towards the rook.
e5.
c7 up 1.
Pawn at e5. Grab that castle.
h7.
d4 pawn, take that guy with the hat.
a3.
a1.
Capture the rook with the knight.
b1.
Bishop to c4.
d1.
e3.
c1.
Pawn that's in b6.
Take their pawn.
Just take the other bishop.
Can I take that guy?
Horse to take the castle.
d6 forward 1.
d7.
Pawn on c6 with the b pawn.
Rook. Yeah, left 1.
Pawn in h5, do 1.
Let's move the rook and take that pawn.
g6. Check.
Move it to the right.
Pawn at f3 and just move it forward.
c7.
Do the pawn and the c3 and move him up.
e3.
e8.
h7.
f8.
f1.
g8.
Take the queen.
d1.
Can I move it back 1?
Pawn at h6 up 1.
Take the pawn.
Like upright.
g3.
f3.
f5.
g4.
e7.
h3.
d8.
h5.
The king back to the corner.
pawn. We'll move him forward, I guess.
Take that pawn with the knight.
Could you just move that guy up?
E3.
That's a check.
F4.
D1. E4.
D6.
Do the pawn up 1.
B2.
King up and to the right, please.
D7.
Pawn up 1.
C, what was that, 4?
Take the pawn.
Yeah.
The pawn with the castle.
E6.
E6.
Move the king down 1.
Take their final pawn, please. That should work, right?
Kelechi.
Let's move the pawn to the 1 file. And let's make it a queen, please.
King to E4.
A4.
Diagonal to the right to F5.
Can we promote him to a queen?
All right.
Could get 2 of them? Go up.
Move the top queen to D8.
Go E5.
Whatever row it's in, 3.
Move it down, rook, and move it to the same file as that king.
F4.
B4.
F5.
F8.
Move him to the right. G7.
H6.
E7.
G5.
E5.
Just want to make sure this is an ending blow. Yeah, let's do G4.
That's checkmate.
That's
You
it.
got it.
So, Mahogany wins immunity, sending killers to tribal council next week.
I contributed very little to that success because I don't know how to play chess. Not really. I've played, I think, twice in my life with somebody telling me how to do it the whole time. So that was not cool, not fun, but we made it out alive, so it's fine. In the past.
Just came out of a challenge, hashtag W. Yeah. I love that it was chess. I was nervous, like we had just voted Josh out. And I was like, if there's anybody who probably would have been helpful in a challenge like this, it's probably Josh. Not that I know much about him, but I just feel like he gives the energy of somebody who would have been good at chess. So definitely could have used him, but we still came out with the W. So yeah, way to pull it. I'm personally really pretty, I don't want to say really, but I'm pretty well versed in chess. I made a couple rookie mistakes earlier on, but I'm glad our team was able to pull it back.
Julia on their tribe came in so clutch for us. She put the queen right in front of our king, and it was Kelechi's turn next. And she said, "Can I just go ahead and take the queen?" And she did. So they lost their queen, and that was a really bad move by Julia. But she saved us. So I'm not mad at her. If we get to the merge, I'd love to work with her.
Glad we don't have to go to tribal again. Really hoping we hit the merge soon because can't rely on tribal wins and just continuing to really not have a great read on most of my tribe and what their actual voting preferences are. It's one thing to like talk in person, but trying to suss out someone's actual intentions via text is rather difficult. So hopefully we don't need to do that soon and I could link up with the VTVers at the merge.
Kind of thinking some sort of shakeup is going to be coming soon, whether that be like some sort of twist or like a tribe swap or I don't know what you're cooking up over there, but the tribe has gotten smaller, so I'm not really sure what would happen should there be another tribal with this existing Mahogany tribe. So try not to get ahead of myself too much. Wait and see what happens next week after the Killer's tribe goes to tribal.
So we did lose this time. That's crazy. What? Not sure how that happened. So who do I think is gonna get voted out? Probably me. What? And my thing is because I know nothing about chess. And I still know nothing about chess. I was trying to chat GPT our way through the game, and then someone was like, "You got to keep your hands up." That's foul. Why did you do that? that is messed up because I could have won it for us. I was talking to Kelechi. By talking, I mean like 2 texts because I don't talk to people. That's a lot of work. But yeah, she was like, oh, girly, like, hope you don't get voted out because of like that move you did. And I couldn't even tell you what move she was referring to, what at all it meant. And so considering that like I still don't even know how bad I messed up for our team, if I actually did, which I probably did, then like, yeah, they probably don't want me there. Which like is fine, I guess. They're gonna lose their personality hire, which is crazy.
Okay, week 4, we lost the chess challenge, and now we're going to tribal. And boy, has things gotten exciting. Right after the challenge, I had texted Matt and Jack just to kind of get a lay of the land. I felt like it was a good time to text, be like, hey, what are you thinking? Matt seemed to be like, we should vote someone who like didn't play well in the challenge. That just like seems the fairest. He had offered up the names of Isabella, Audrey, and Julia just because they didn't know how to play chess, which is like sad, but like he was like, that might just be the way to do it. So I obviously don't want Audrey to be the vote, so I quickly was like, let's vote Isabella, because I didn't think Isabella voted or played well in the murder mystery either. So quickly just steered it to Isabella. We kind of seemed to agree. And then I also texted Jack, and we also kind of agreed on Isabella.
We're all really stressed because we don't want to vote anyone out because everyone's super nice and we like hanging out with everyone. Unfortunately, someone asked to go. The only way to do it was based off chess, even though it's not really fair that someone didn't know how to play. So it ultimately helped, that just narrowed it down, and I think we're all in agreement on Isabella.
Guess whose plate is on the chopping block? Matt is probably the person on my tribe that I have the closest relationship out of game. I wasn't exactly sure how that was going to translate to actual gameplay. I would love to go far with him. But on this call that we had, I'd come to find out that he had already spoken with Trevor, and they were thinking of voting out. Matt asked me if I had to choose between Audrey, Isabella, or Julia, if I had a preference towards who we voted out. And at the end of that conversation, it seemed like we were both leaning towards Isabella. So I agreed with him and went along with him pretty quickly, but immediately this whole conversation was throwing off alarm bells in my head. Like, I have no idea just how tight he and Trevor are. I don't know why the only names he threw out were the names of literally all the other girls on the tribe. I was a little threatened and suspicious that there might be a secret guys alliance going on, and I don't like the idea of that if I'm in the dark about that. So that conversation did not go as I hoped, and I think that Buckets and I might end up on different sides of the vote this week, because I'm not going to be voting for Isabella, contrary to what I said. I've strategizing with Isabella so far, and I know that if the Girls Alliance and if the Younger Generation Alliance, if either of them did come to fruition or something, she would be at the cross section of both of those for me. So I have multiple reasons why I would want to keep her around. I don't really have a reason to vote her out, so I'm not going to be doing that. Also, like I mentioned before, I think Trevor has been a good asset for the team. I don't like the fact that he and Matt have been talking. I don't know how close they are, so I'm feeling a bit threatened now by Trevor too.
I and Trevor were interested in voting out Isabella if possible. The only thing that stood in our way is that technically I was in an alliance with Isabella. And I say technically because I'm pretty sure the only time that we had ever spoken to each other was when I created the group chat and said this is an all-girls alliance. And then that was it. No game topic, no nothing. We never checked in with each other before votes. We never checked in with each other before any of the challenges. So I was thinking, you know what? I feel strong about my alliance with Trevor, and Trevor feels good about Matt, and I feel good about Giana. Let's try to make an actual alliance, the four of us.
I want to vote for Trevor just because I think it would be nice if we could get all the girls' alliance to vote for him. So I said to Audrey that I heard that Trevor was gunning for either her or Isabella. And I said this not because it was true. If she and Trevor are tight, maybe I'll put some doubt into that relationship. Like if she thinks he's gonna two-time her, maybe she'll be more likely to vote for him.
So I go to Giana and I say, would you consider voting out Isabella? And she replies to me that she felt really good about the Girls Alliance and they were her closest allies in the game. And I knew that that could not possibly be true. So I knew something was wrong. She said that she wanted to get a boy out and she wanted it to be Trevor. And I said, there's no way. I can't vote out Trevor. And I want to gift you this alliance. If you vote with me, the four of us, Giana, Matt, Trevor, me, we can go far in this game.
So for the whole week, it's pretty much been like 4, maybe 5 people voting for Isabella, which is like a majority. It seemed fine. It seemed like it was going to be easy, but like nothing's ever easy. So I was always a bit wary. Then today, day of tribal, things are just absolutely blowing up. Audrey texts me a screenshot of a text from Giana saying, hey, Trevor's throwing your name out as a vote. I think we should vote Trevor. This is simply not true. I have never thrown out Audrey's name. I wouldn't. Audrey's the only person in this game I actually trust. So Giana lying, and I'm not sure why.
Audrey does not want to vote Trevor because he's been giving good information, so she says. So the two of them have been talking, as I suspected. She said that she could be convinced to vote Jack. Oh my God, this is crazy. We also have 4 hours until the vote. She said she could be convinced to vote Jack if the girls want to.
We solidify plans. The plan switches to Jack. I'm sad to see him go. But, you know, anything for this alliance that we've created, that I'm trying to create. But also, I'm trying to work with Giana, because I know she's smart. Okay? I know she's smart. I want to be honest with her. And I am honest with her. I say, I'm working with Trevor. Like, we need to get this thing going.
Audrey then panicked and threw out Jack's name. Jack doesn't know about it.
I'm fucking running this game. I'm not gonna lie, right now it's up to me to pick the vote. I assume I have power, because Trevor and Matt are hitting me up saying they want Isabella hat. And then Giana, Isabel, and Julia are hitting me up saying they want Trevor out. So this vote is entirely up to me. So I'm gonna eat my sandwich and decide based on that.
We thought that Giana and Matt were working together. They're like friends outside the game. They have to be working together. Matt also then texts me that, like, to confirm, and we confirmed that we're voting for Isabella. And then Matt says, we have the numbers. And I asked him, like, what are the numbers? Like, just so I know that you know. And he goes, you, me, Audrey, Giana, and Jack. So we have a 5 there, and Matt thinks we have a 5. But Giana is throwing my name out there and being like, we should vote for Trevor. And then she's also texting Audrey and saying, like, I don't trust Matt. How do you... So I don't know if Giana's just the worst liar and just, like, making up lies just to get Audrey. She's clearly scared of, like, she is scared of, like, an all-boys alliance, but, like, currently it's 4 girls and 3 boys. Even if a girl goes home, we still don't have a majority. There's no alliance to be scared of. There's no alliance.
I contacted both Julia and Isabella to tip them off to the fact that Audrey and Trevor were working together. I might have exaggerated that a little bit. Yeah, I tipped them off to the fact that Audrey might be texting the girls group chat trying to flip the vote on to Jack. The thing is, if Isabella, Jack, Julia and I all vote for Trevor, then we don't need Audrey to vote along with us.
Things are getting real. So now apparently we're concerned that Audrey and Trevor are in an alliance with each other. So now Giana is proposing that we pretend we're voting out Jack if Audrey asks us, but that we're actually going to vote out Trevor because we don't want to vote out Jack, like we're loyal to him. So we have to, I guess, pretend that we're voting out Jack when in reality we're going to actually vote out Trevor. We're just also a little bit concerned that either Audrey or Trevor has an idol, and even if like Audrey had the idol, if she's really partners with Jack, really partners with Trevor, she might play her idol on Trevor. So like now we have to be careful because it doesn't appear that we're all on the same page. But even if Audrey does not vote for Trevor and votes for Jack, as long as Julia, myself, Giana, and Jack all vote for Trevor, we should still have a majority. Now, I did kind of forget about Matt, which Giana's claiming that he is with Audrey and Trevor, which surprises me, but at the same time, I guess it doesn't surprise me. I don't know. I thought he would be more teamed up with Giana personally, but I think that we can still get our act together, and at least if we can get 4 votes for Trevor, even if it's a 4-3 split, we'll still get him out, and that would work for our side of the tribe.
The worst part about this is I haven't told Audrey yet about my idol, and I don't plan to, but I may need to. In the event that Giana goes into the all-girls chat and it's just like, oh, let's vote Jack, and then all the girls say, no, let's continue to vote Trevor, and Giana's cool with that, that means that I think that Matt or Jack has slipped on me, and they have a majority for me, and I may tell Audrey in that point to vote Giana, and then play my idol and probably send Giana home. I just don't want to, but currently I think I have good trust built with Matt and Jack, and I don't want to betray that trust by coming out with like a surprise plan.
Sorry about the Trevor thing. Like Trevor, he's really nice. It's just, it seemed like the main thing that people were saying was he's always in his car, and we just want to allow him to bowl in peace at this point. So we're kind of doing it. It's kind of like really an unselfish vote where we're doing this for him, not for us. I think he'll be happier this way. I mean, my reasons for doing it are not that. My reasons are just that I'm toxic, and I want Matt not to have a close connection with Trevor when I'm not super close with Trevor, because then if I get rid of that, then Matt doesn't have anyone else except for me. So that's pretty toxic.
Well, everybody, welcome to your second tribal council, the 4th one of the game so far. I wanted to start with Maddie, actually. So, Maddie, in your opinion, what went wrong for you guys during the challenge this week? Do you feel like everybody in this group like contributed equally, or were some people like better than others at the challenge? Like, I just want to get your thoughts here.
I think we all showed the same level of fight, and we came together as a team despite our inability to talk. I don't know. I think it's hard to blame anyone if they didn't know how to play it.
Does anybody here feel like they didn't do super well in the challenge this week? Julia, you raised your hand.
I did, because I don't know chess, so I'm just assuming every move I made was probably bad.
I don't really know chess. I don't really play chess, but as soon as I got a refresher, I was like, oh, okay, I kind of know this. And I felt like as I went, I got it better, but I don't know that I was really making great decisions and being able to like think ahead that many levels like genius chess players do.
In terms of like the strategy for this week, was this week as simple as just everyone settling on one name, or were there multiple names brought up to you this week as potential to vote out?
Yeah, I don't think this week was that easy. I think last time we voted, we all kind of unanimously voted Grant. So it's kind of like pretty chill, just kind of like meeting people. This week felt like more frantic. I don't know why. Just maybe because like there wasn't like an easy vote out there. Like Grant was going on vacation. So we're like, all right, we're going to vote Grant. Like there was no question. So this like just coming up with the name this week, I felt like was hard.
How do you navigate the chaos and figure out what you're going to do?
I just try to like trust the people that I've like built relationships with, hoping that they're not lying to me.
Audrey, as Trevor mentioned, last week, or last time that you were at Tribal, the vote was unanimous, including Grant voting for himself, which for the record, you're not allowed to do, but we failed to stop him. But do you think that tonight is going to go similarly, or should we expect to see a split vote here?
I don't think anyone is going to vote for themselves. If that's what you're asking.
Do you think that we're gonna see multiple names read out tonight in the vote, or get like a split, or do you guys think that it's gonna be like 6-on-1?
Well, I like kind of what Trevor was saying. It was more of like a frantic, I don't know what is going on. So there's a lot of confusion. I would not be surprised if there were multiple names.
Ladette, where do you feel like you stand within this tribe? Are you feeling good tonight, or are you nervous that it could potentially be you this week?
I was feeling a bit nervous at first, but I think I'm feeling okay. I usually in games like this, I struggle with like figuring out who I can actually trust, but I actually feel like I do have people on my tribe that I can trust. So I'm hoping that people are telling the truth, and if they are, then I think it's gonna be okay, but we'll see.
Julia, as we're progressing into this game, is there anybody like on this tribe that you feel really good about, who you feel like you could see yourself going all the way with?
Wait, like romantically?
You can interpret that however you want, actually.
That would change the question, honestly. I can't think about that right now. I'm gonna answer no but not because I don't trust anyone, simply because I don't ever imagine myself making it more than another day. So it's kind of just like, whoa. But
Does that mean that you feel like you're on the chopping block this week?
well, I just feel like I'm always on the chopping block, no matter what it is.
What makes you say that?
I'm insecure, and I'm also delusional. So those two, just like
Not a great
have-
combination.
Yeah, no.
Jack, we are about 4 weeks into the game at this point. Have there been any talks about when we might see a merge happen?
Actually, no, not even at all. Come to think of it, which is interesting. Now that you bring that up.
Yeah, do you have any speculation yourself?
No, I can't say I do, but I hope soon. Maybe not. I do like my tribe a lot, so.
Do you see like your tribe kind of sticking together when that point comes?
I do. I would hope my fellow killers would stick with me. I like the people here.
Giana, you get the idol question this week. Has there been any talk about whether somebody might have the idol for this tribe?
Me personally, I've been trying very hard to look at it, and I spent the first week when it came out desperately trying to figure out what the hell it meant. So yeah, I think there's definitely a potential that I'm stupid as fuck and someone else has figured it out like maybe almost instantly. But I think that's always going to be a risk.
If you had to guess, would you say that it's more likely that someone's found it at this point, or do you think that the clue's so hard that no one's been able to crack it yet?
I personally think it was really hard, but I think there's always the danger that it is out there. So it's kind of a matter of whether we're going to be surprised by it getting played or not.
So with that, it is time to vote.
Whoa, big surprise.
This is breaking my heart. I'm so sorry to the people that I lied to about this, but I vote Jack.
Isabella, I know you're not getting voted out, but what we're doing.
He's back.
If anybody has a hidden immunity idol and you'd like to play it, now would be the time to do so. All right. Once votes are read, the decision is final. Person voted out will be asked to leave the tribal council area immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote, Isabella. 1 vote Isabella. Jack. 1 vote Isabella, 1 vote Jack. Isabella. That's 2 votes Isabella, 1 vote Jack. Trevor. That's 2 votes Isabella, 1 vote Jack, 1 vote Trevor. Trevor. That's 2 votes Trevor, 2 votes Isabella, 1 vote Jack. 2 votes left. Trevor. That's 3 votes Trevor, 2 votes Isabella, 1 vote Jack, 1 vote left. 4th person voted out of Survivor Zoom Island, Trevor. Trevor, the tribe has spoken. It's time for you to go.
Next time on Survivor.
I looked like a fool in my last confessional.
And I interrogate him. I say, did you flip? Did you flip? He says no. I don't believe him.
If I learned something, I think Kelechi's running this game.
I'm reeling a little bit.
I have decided that I'm going to help Giana Abbas win.
I'm like, hey girl, how's it going? And she goes, how was your Thanksgiving? I go, mine was great. How was yours? She goes, I had the little marshmallow casserole, the little sweet potato casserole. I go, oh, how wonderful.
There are 12 people remaining in this game, and to me, that sounds like a great time to switch things up.